Of course, we acknowledge that police officers put their life on the line every single time, and there are instances where shooting a dog is necessary. But when you take those comparisons and compare us to different cities, and then you see that rate climbing, it does leave you questioning exactly, what's going on.
It does. And Karen, we appreciate you being here to talk about this and doing this story. This is very difficult as a former police officer to fathom it and understand. So, what can be done to fix this? And compared to these larger cities, those numbers are pretty staggering.
It is alarming because you can't just say, well, wow, Detroit has more dangerous dogs than Chicago. Chicago has crime, they have narcotics, they have dogs, pit bulls, et cetera. So there's that question. I did ask the assistant chief, and he said basically, there's not a uniform way of keeping track of these numbers. So I think that's important. Let's keep a uniform way of keeping track. And obviously the question of procedure and training. And as an officer, you've got a lot of training to do.
Yeah.
And so the department needs to figure out, okay, how many hours and how many dollars are we going to spend on training officers? I did talk to Detroit Dog Rescue, and they said there are a few things that, that could be done, whether it's dog sticks or bringing dog treats or just having some of these conversations ahead of time.
Yeah, and a lot of the officers don't have that equipment. They don't think about that going along with everything else that they have on their gun belt to have it. So, this is a huge problem. And another part of the problem that is being addressed is how you do this training. What does it entail other than just giving dog treats and sticks?
Right.
Did they talk about, we talk about manpowers and allocating the money to this, but did they talk about how it could be done in and of itself?
Right now, there wasn't a concrete solution. When I sat down with the assistant chief, he did talk about a lot of time and resources being put into animal control because they do know what to do. But then that brings us to the point of animal control being overrun and not having enough space for dogs and needing more help. And Mayor Duggan has explained and expressed interest in improving that. So part of that now is going to fall on the city. We need to do more with animal control. Because if they can solve that, less will fall on officers. But short term, are there some things that, Detroit Dog Rescue said, hey, we're more than willing to donate some time and hours to train officers who are willing to get this training. We're not talking about a lot of hours, but just having some tools in their belt to deal with this situation. I mean, the big question was that last time when the gun was thrown in someone's yard, the perp goes another way. Do you need to jump the fence and shoot the dog twice in the head, or could you have gone the front door and talk to the homeowner, Mr. Roby?
Yeah, very difficult, very difficult. So thanks for being here this morning to talk about this. This is very serious. As a former officer, this is something like that was said, we have to make split-second decisions. So
I appreciate what officers do. I want to shout that out because they really do work hard, and we recognize there are some scenarios. And real quick, I did post all of this on Click On, all of our stories, and we have so many different statistics. You can look up precincts, locations, and do those comparisons because I think it's important for residents to know what's going on in their neighborhoods.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks for being here.